Hey guys, Woods Farm here, Project 222, just back out in the shop. We're getting to a very exciting time in the project. We're starting to pattern out the turret, which is going to be really awesome to get that completed. So we're going to start that in this video, so stick around and check it out. Okay guys, the turret. Finally, we're going to start working on the turret. I've got to do a lot of patterning and I got to get this just right. The circle of the turret ring and the turret have to be sized correctly. Unfortunately, there was a slight mishap when I made the turret ring on the roof and it's not a perfect circle. It's a little oblong. I can make some adjustments to the turret pattern itself to kind of account for that. So I have to get things just right. So there'll be a lot of patterning, but once we get that base of the turret patterned out, we can actually start working on those side panels, and I think things are going to go really quickly once we get to that part of the project. So let's get over and get started. Okay guys, just keep in mind it's starting to get very difficult to video the progress and the work. You can see my garage, the ceiling height is not that high up there. And a lot of the work I have to do now requires me to crawl in and out of the car. So instead of moving the camera around and showing a lot of the work, I'm probably going to do periodic updates on the progress. It's just really slowing me down to actually continuously get in and out of the vehicle and move the camera around. Not to mention the angles to film are a little bit difficult up here. But as you can see, I've started the patterning for the turret ring base. I'm starting at the front and I need to continue the circle towards the rear. This kind of makes the foundation of the turret. Okay, so here's another view and you can see the two largest panels are actually the side panels and then the panels on the very front and back. And then there's these smaller kind of angled pieces. So I think the plan of attack is to get this base kind of figured out. This circle here is actually going to be about an inch smaller than the actual turret opening. And then I know that the turret actually matches the angle of this plate. So I think I will actually start with this side plate and I'll build the pattern off of that. Okay, so here's the main pattern completed for the turret base. I am going to test fit this. I've got kind of a master pattern underneath, and then I've also worked on the pattern for the actual turret base itself, which you can see it's made out of 6 pieces. There's 2 front pieces, 2 back pieces, and 2 side pieces. Okay, on the master pattern, I've got a couple lines here. This blue line is kind of the middle ground between the maximum diameter and the minimum diameter of that circle. I mentioned it wasn't a perfect circle. I've got one line cut for the pattern. However, this second red line represents how far in I think I can actually go and still have that turret ring rotate smoothly within the actual circle of the roof. I think once we get the pedestal built and the hub and we get things assembled, we'll be able to rotate the whole thing and get a good feel. I may even be able to cut this back a little bit and make the turret just a little bit bigger. guys, now that everything's cut out, we're going to prep it for welding and start to assemble the pieces. Okay, now that we have all those pieces welded together to form the base plate, we are going to bend some flat bar into a series of arcs. That is going to get welded around the base plate to create a flange, and that is going to be the foundation for the turret. Just want to take a moment to thank Eugene, one of the regular viewers of the series. He sent me this book. Really great to have a copy of this. I tried to get a copy of this when I originally started the project. It's still going to come in really handy because there's a lot of great references in here for a lot of the detail stuff, including the canvas top that covers the turret and the vehicle. I was really curious about that, and there's some good reference in here for that part of the project. So Eugene, thanks for sending this. Really appreciate it. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Pretty sure I went way over time on this one. It took a lot longer to get this turret sorted out than I thought. However, we do have the base completed, and that's the foundation for the rest of the turret. In the next video, we're going to be working on the patterning, starting with that, and then we're going to move on to completing the fabrication of the sides that'll make the turret up. So by the end of the next video, we should have something that looks like a turret. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and as always, thanks for watching.